the court on the defendant's motion to transfer jurisdiction of this case to Oakland County. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney John Whitehead representing the plaintiff, Angelia Spites. And Ms. Spites is present. In addition, Attorney Rita Soka is present representing the defendant, Brian Jackson. Mr. Jackson is present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It appears the notice of hearing has the party switched around in the court file. Actually, Angelia Spites is the plaintiff. Mr. Jackson is the defendant. Any that parties have confirmed in front of the court this morning, from the court has provided court fine recommendation that this case be transferred to Oakland County immediately. The party may object to the referee recommended order regarding child support mailed on September 27, 2023 through the Oakland County Court. Both parties currently reside in Oakland County. That's the reason for the motion. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Ms. Soka, your client obviously is agreeable with this recommendation. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, you got cut off. My client is what?
Agreeable with this recommendation?
Yes,
He's
Your Honor.
in agreement. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and likewise, Mr. Whitehead, your client likewise is agreeable with this recommendation?
Well, no, not exactly, Your Honor. There's an issue with the referee recommendation from 9/19/2023. And it's my assessment that it'd be better for the 21-day window for us to be able to reject here, since it was a referee from 38th, as opposed to trying to get on Oakland County docket for our objection, which may be in gymnastics, because I practice in Oakland County all the time, and we wouldn't be having that heard until January probably next year. We're already getting 2024 dates. So there's a 9-day, I think there's 9 days left on the 21 days for the objection. We would like time to be able to object, have that heard, and then then transfer.
All right, there's some merit to that. Obviously, Monroe County is smaller and more accommodating, I think, than Oakland County. We don't have the busyness. Ms. Oka, any objection to revisiting this issue once that objection has been addressed?
Your Honor, we would like to move it to Oakland County as soon as possible. I was in Oakland County 2 weeks ago, and I spoke to Judge Saban, where we filed a complaint there, thinking that this Monroe case was closed, and she said it could take 24 to 48 hours to have venue changed, and we can be heard in Oakland County as soon as that transfer has occurred. So we object to that, and we would like to move it immediately.
What is the nature of the motion that you want to file in Oakland County?
Our motion? It would
Yes,
be.
is there an urgent
custody and
custody or parenting time issue?
Yes, and school.
There's no emergency, Your Honor. Their complaint for custody, for one, there's some defects with what they filed in Oakland County. I just got on the case, but it's not verified, for one, which under the rules it needs to be. And then number two, there's no emergency within it. Their biggest gripe about mom was that she's on social media, and she has followers on social media. There's nothing in regards to an emergency, Your Honor, whatsoever in their complaint.
It doesn't matter with that complaint. It got dismissed anyways, because we have this Monroe case. So once we transfer this case, we will file a motion to this case.
What about schooling? Is there an issue with the child's schooling? I mean,
Yes.
that's certainly a critical issue.
Yes, there is. Mom enrolled her in one school, and dad enrolled her and continued to enroll her in Farmington Public Schools, where she was attending ever since she started attending school. And mom decided to cause a scene at Farmington Public Schools and remove the child from there and take her to a different school district. So we filed this motion before school started, or the complaint.
No, that's not true. This is plaintiff's motion regarding support, which was filed on August 21st. So if there was any motion filed between school starts around August 21st. So there was nothing before the court around school. And furthermore, the court order from January 21st, 2020 states that my client is the physical custodian parent, even though there's joint legal custody.
Right, so school matters are related to legal custody, not physical.
Okay, so where she's at though, it goes to school. Physical.
Well, obviously, yes, the parties have joint legal. That's an issue. This court can't decide if the parties cannot agree, but there's no pleadings before the court. Otherwise, this court would address the matter this morning. That child needs to be in school. If there's a dispute in school, this court make a decision, but unfortunately, the court is without any pleadings. So I don't really know the history of this matter.
He's in school.
The child is in school right now. There's just a dispute as
Yes.
whether or not the child should be transferred to a different school.
She's in school. She's been in school.
Correct, she was removed from her former school.
She went to that school. She went to that school, and I was unaware of the school. I didn't know he even enrolled her in school. I didn't find out till the morning of. I have the proof of that. I just went to the school to unenroll her because she was already enrolled in a school 4 minutes from our house, vice versa, a school that's 30 minutes from our house. I was not aware of her even being enrolled in that school. Her dad didn't let me know she was enrolled in that school until after he dropped her off at the school. We had no source of communication about that.
Schooling is an important issue. That's critical. Ms. Soka, this by the time the clerk mails us a file to Oakland County to get an order and so forth, it's going to be probably a week or two. I mean, when you say 24, 48 hours, I don't know if unless someone's going to come down from Oakland County, pick up this file and drive it back to Oakland County. I mean, we need an order. Someone's got to pay the transfer fees, correct? The filing fees in Oakland County. I mean, it's during the moving party that pays those. We need to address that. Your
Honor, we're willing to address and wait until the case is transferred to Oakland County and address it in Oakland County. My objection to waiting for, hearing this recommendation objection, it is just going to prolong this case. So if we can just transfer it and then hear everything.
I'm sure this court can give you a much quicker hearing date than Oakland County can. So I'm going to have you talk to Mr. Walker. Let's work through the schooling issue today. Can we not?
The school issue?
Yes, I mean, that seems to be the critical issue. I mean, the child's enrolled in a new school this year, correct?
She hasn't been to school since she was 3 years old. She's 5 now. She hasn't started school since she was out of school for 2 years. She was in Farmington Public School for 2 years. When we moved, we decided to go with Southfield Public Schools because that's where I live at. I was unaware.
Right.
She was enrolled in school before her dad enrolled her into Farmington School. She was already enrolled into an academy next to the house, which is a charter school, which allows her to have 2 teachers with less kids in the class compared to a public school with 1 teacher with more kids in the class. That's why I went with this school instead of a public school in Farmington, which is also 30 minutes from our home, which makes it harder for me to get her there, seeing how I am the parent that has to take her to school every morning.
Well, he takes her half of the week.
He takes her Tuesday and Wednesday. I take her Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Yes. And that just started happening when we got the recommendation from Monroe County on the 19th for the fact that he would have her Monday through Wednesday.
In Your Honor, we part of our motion and complaint was to increase his parenting time because he did have an order from this honorable court to have Monday through Wednesday parenting time with overnight, but plaintiff was playing games by preventing him from exercising those parenting times or giving him even more parenting times when she was going out of town for her film recording or whatever business she has. And so she would use him, for a week, she would be with him, but then she would come back and take the minor child and never let her see the father for a few days, if not weeks, until he has to beg her for her or call the grandmother to see her on FaceTime. And then when the mother is in need of a babysitter, she contacts my client and asks him to have parenting time. And it's just been a mess. And that's why we need some order, some structure to this relationship, because he enjoys having his relationship with his daughter. He takes her to all the extracurricular activities. He pays for them. He encourages her to, play sports, go out and ride bikes, cooks with her. I mean, he does a lot of activities with her. So he just wants to have a reasonable relationship and parenting time with her.
There's no parent alienation going on in this case. My client encourages father to be around. Father did not start exercising the order from January 21st, 2020, and until recently when this motion for child support was filed. That's when he came back in and realized, I guess, that he had 104 overnights and started trying to exercise. Somehow in Oakland County, there's no case, at least from what I've seen so far, there's no case confidential form, which even verifies that there's a court case in Monroe, which it should have been done that way. I don't even believe that Oakland County even knows that there's a case in Monroe County.
So that is incorrect, because we filed our complaint on August 19th, and this motion was filed on August 21st. So Dad has been trying to exercise parenting time. He retained us in July. So he's been trying to exercise parenting time. This motion has nothing to do with his motive to exercise parenting time. Finances are not his motive.
Well, can we, would the parties get prompt relief here in this court before we transfer this case? Ultimately, it should be transferred to Oakland County, no question. Just question whether we do it now or in a couple of weeks.
If opposing counsel wants to have the objection heard in Monroe County and your honor believes that we can get a hearing date as soon as possible, let's get that resolved and then take care of the custody, parenting time, and school issues in Oakland County. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Gene, you want to talk with the front of the court about the child support issue? That's probably the quickest way to resolve that issue. We can address parenting time today too. The front of the court may assist the two of you in the parties reaching an agreement.
So we already tried that with Mr. Walker. However, we do have some financial documents missing, so we need to exchange those and then come back before the court.
Okay. We can't give you a hearing date on that until we see the written objection.
Correct.
We don't know.
We don't have objections to it.
Okay, so some risk fights, so you got to follow that objection, and then you'll get a hearing date and follow those objections.
Yes, Your Honor, we will.
So, Your Honor, will the case be automatically transferred to Oakland County upon the passing of the 21 days from the September 19th order? If no objection.
Well, not unless Ms. Spites requests a hearing on that. Actually, if she's found objection, there'll be a hearing set. So typically, this court would hear that objection, then we'll transfer it. But
Okay.
in the meantime, do we need to address parenting time this morning? This court is capable of addressing parenting time. Yeah. I wasn't prepared to address that. And what's the current parenting time order for Dad?
The current is Monday through Wednesday,
Okay.
2 overnights. He's requesting week on and week off.
Okay. Well, I think that can be dealt with in Oakland County, right? But right now, Mr. Jackson is spending time with the child, correct? He just like more time, correct?
More time depending on her discretion, the mother's discretion. So sometimes she gives him those days, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she'll give him more because he's out of town and she needs him.
No.
Okay. But that's not, that's something that can be dealt with in Oakland County. What piece of financial information do we need from Mr. Jackson in order to address the child support?
We have no income information in regards to him. And then there's some issues with the actual recommendation. It says that he made $7,000 per year off of the Remy Martin, and that was $1,000 per event. And we believe he has more events than that. We have proof that he has more events than that. But even if it's still, it should have been prorated for the year as opposed to just for 7 or 8 months. That $7,000 should, if he's doing it each month, that means in October, November, December, that should be in there as well in the calculation. He has 3 pizza cats that he's a part owner in. There's no income for that. And then he has a 538 clothing line, which we have no information. So my next step, Your Honor, I just got on this case late last week, would be to subpoena that information and bank statements, because we don't have any tax information. The tax information would easily resolve the issue, but we don't have that.
All right. Well, this is all going to take time to conduct discovery and issue subpoenas and so forth. And so by the time that council has everything organized, the case could be in Oakland County. So at this time, of course, adopt a recommendation. Mr. Whitehead and Ms. Oka, case shall be forthwith transferred to Oakland County, and the parties can address the child support recommendation, the recommended order, and file that objection with Oakland County.
So we should file the objection with Oakland County for.
That's correct. correct. You need more information. I was hoping we could maybe do this within a couple weeks, but that's obviously not going to happen. So I'm just going to simply transfer this case to Oakland County at this point in time. Both parties reside in Oakland County, and
I think we
school
could.
issues anytime can be addressed in Oakland County. The only question is it not true that the moving party must pay the filing fee to that county, Ms. Soka?
The filing fee in Oakland County?
Yeah, isn't that, doesn't that, I don't have the court will fund me, doesn't it require that the moving party pay a filing fee with the county to which the case is being transferred, as I recall?
And do we pay it directly to Oakland County, or do I call your court, your
No, I
clerk?
think it's paid to Oakland County. Is it not?
Okay,
I think it's so. Mr. Walker, you just put in here that the petitioner, Brian Jackson, shall pay the requisite filing fee to Oakland County.
and how much is that?
Do not know offhand.
I don't. Is it just, would it be the 255 to open a case in Oakland County? Is that the same? Would it be the same?
I would assume so, but maybe check with the Oakland County clerk. Ms.
Okay.
Soka.
And when do you want me to call them? Because I'm gonna try to think of, you guys need time to prepare the file and transfer it. So when do you think Oakland County will have notice of the case transfer?
The court's going to adopt this recommendation, and if you want, Mr. Walker can probably email a copy of this to the recommendation the court's going to adopt will come in order to the court. And then you can maybe send that to Oakland County, Ms. Soka, see whether that's satisfactory, if they need a formal order. Hopefully this should suffice. And you can ask them when you drop it off the clerk's office, you can ask them about the filing fee.
Okay, and will I be receiving this order via email or your order?
Well, if you give Mr. Walker an email address, actually you got one in the pleadings, your email address to the pleadings, Mr. Walker, do you have time today? You can email this to council so you can get this case to Oakland County as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor, I can email to both counsel if you'd like.
If Your Honor, if it doesn't get transferred before next week, Tuesday, then what, are we just never gonna be heard on this, or?
You file your objection with Oakland County and ask for a hearing date with Oakland County.
But I don't think, if they don't have a case number, how will we file our objection on it? If they don't have a DS case number or a DP case number on it, the DS.
I'm sure you can put on your pleadings that Monroe County case number such and such in the process of being transferred to Oakland County. I'm not sure when the time frame is. Your 21 days.
It's next week. That's why I just wanted to have the week to be able to
I'd
object.
file it today. I'd file it today with Monroe County, Mr. Whitehead. File your objections today with Monroe County to be part of this file before it gets sent to Oakland County. So that's what the court suggests. File it today.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
So Mr. Walker will forward a copy of this recommended order to council this morning, and we can go from there.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor,
Okay.
do I need to file that? Is there a way to fax file, or is there only in-person file?
No, Monroe. We don't have e-filing in Monroe County.
Okay.
So maybe you can have a run to bring it down.
Yes. Okay.
That at least preserve the objection and it'll be part of the Monroe County file, so you can then get a hearing date. It'll be, you will preserve that right to your objection, and the hearing date can be requested from Oakland County. Hopefully then they'll receive the file sometime next week. All right, Mr. Walker, we can just add that the petitioner, Brian Jackson, shall pay the requisite filing fee to Monroe County, to Oakland County, whatever that might be. To your
Your Honor,
recommendation.
that updated recommendation should be in your queue now.
I do see that. Okay, right, we'll adopt the recommendation. Copy emailed off to council this morning. All right, that'll conclude this matter. Good luck to everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Welcome.